Kuala Lumpur has a staggering 66 shopping malls, including 3 of the biggest 10 anywhere on Earth. But for badminton's best, retail therapy is the very last thing on their minds, because it's starting to get serious at the Axiata Arena. It's quarterfinals day at the Malaysia Open. And we say a big thank you to local singles player Teo Su Mei for bringing on the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals trophy. The top 8 players in each of the 5 categories will compete for those in Hangzhou, China in December. Here's our lineup then. First up, a blockbuster men's match between second seed Anders Antonsen and the talented Japanese Kenta Nishimoto. Before an intriguing mixed doubles quarterfinal between Tofte Mæland and Purvaranya Crow and Pao Sampran, the dangerous Danes have won the only previous meeting against the defending champions. Then we've more matches in the company of Jill Clark and Steen Pedersen, starting with a women's doubles between 2 unseeded pairs. Osawa and Tanabe and Jung and Lee have never met before. More mixed after that, featuring the number 4 seeds Chen and To. They're up against Hong Kong pair Tang and Sei, and that looks a tough one to call. Then we've a mouth-watering men's singles between the exciting young Frenchman Alex Lanier against the world number 2, Kunlavit Vinitsa. It's 2-2 on the head-to-head. 2 more men's doubles to complete the lineup, as mentioned, in the company of Jill and Steen. Well, here's the men's singles draw. If you're with us earlier, you'll have seen Shi Yuqi come through very easily indeed in half an hour against Lee Shuk Yu. He awaits the winner of this Antonsen-Nishimoto match. Antonsen will start as the favourite, and Nishimoto, though, on his day, a match for anyone. I'm Trevor Harris alongside Bobby Griffin. I think Nishimoto needs a decent start here, Bobby. If he can do that and just ruffle Antonsen a bit, he's got a chance, because we have seen the Dane before can look vulnerable.
Yeah, it's a, for me at least, a bit of a mismatch on paper today, although Nishimoto has achieved some great things in his career. Antonsen, I believe, is on a slightly different level here. It's a bit of a free hit, though, for Nishimoto, having lost in the round 1 of Malaysia Open last year, did the same thing the following week in India, and he's got a few results in his ranking that can be replaced quite easily. I suspect just this quarter-final result will promote him in the rankings. So there's nothing to lose. He can go out there with a lot of freedom and have a real go at Antonsen today. But Antonsen, a ton of world titles, world championship medals that you're going to talk about. For me, I think it's just how long it's going to take for Antonsen, really.
10-4 on the head-to-head, as you can see. Antonsen's won the last 3.
And as you choose red or black, red for you and black for you. Sorry, black. Let's see if you choose that side. Okay, thank you.
Most recent meeting, as you saw there, was at the Denmark Open 2024. That was the semi-final. Have to go back a fair bit to find the last time Nishimoto beat the Dane. It was at the Thai Masters nearly 3 years ago. Ranked 3 in the world. He has been up at 2 previously. 4-time World Championship medalist, including a bronze last year. And twice European champion. 10 World Tour titles for Antonsen, including here in 2024. Of course, he lost to Shi Yuqi in last year's final. Needed 3 games to get past Lo Ken Yu in the first round. And then around about an hour was good enough to see off Victor Lai in stroke games yesterday. As for Kenta Nishimoto, 3 years older than his opponent, has been inside the top 10 before, but not currently, and that high ranking of 9 was 7 years ago. Did win one of his 3 World Tour titles last year, the Canada Open in North America, and he also lost to his fellow countryman Kodai Naroka in the Japan Masters final. Big win for him against Toma Junior Popov in the first round. Very one-sided in the decider. And then similarly impressive straight game victory over Cho Tien Chen in round 2. Well, we saw a very, very one-sided men's singles match earlier. Shin Yu-Chi dismantling Lee Chuk-Yu in just half an hour. Strongly suspect this may take a little longer than that.
Ready to play. Yes.
Serious bit of strapping on that left knee, Nishimoto. Already had one retirement today, Akane Yamaguchi. To retire against PV Sindhu in the one of the women's quarterfinals.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kenta Nishimoto, Japan. And on my left, NS Antonsen, Denmark. NS Antonsen to serve, love ball, play.
So here we go, this men's singles quarterfinal. Antonsen serving and starting a very warm favourite against the Japanese.
Yeah, and serving from the far side of the court, and it's important because Nishimoto won the toss and elected to receive serve. I really
It leaves you nonplussed, that, doesn't it?
I'm baffled in singles in an arena like this why there isn't a game plan to manage the ends of the court better. What an exchange in the second rally.
Completely flummoxed Nishimoto with that. Just watched it sail over his head.
Terrific shots. Attacking punch clear. Proved deceptive as Nishimoto expecting an attack.
41 shot rally, just the second point of the game. Well, we've only been playing for a couple of minutes, but already we've seen a lot of variation from Antonsen.
Yeah, variation and a switching of the feet here, looking for that cross lift, made that shot a lot easier for him. He was very early there.
Yeah, and he started the point with the flick serve just to keep Nishimoto guessing.
I think Nishimoto broke his, yeah, you can see it there on the racket.
I was going to say, it'd be very charitable umpiring to give them a counting break after a couple of minutes, but yeah, clearly needs a new weapon.
Didn't quite middle the head of the racket with the shots. And at these high tensions, doesn't leave a lot of room for error.
People always ask me, Bob, how many rackets do they carry in the bags they bring on court?
I used to have between 4 and 6 going on for a match, but if I'm honest, I didn't really used to break too many strings. I think these players, where potentially their string tension is up at over 30 pounds per square inch, or somewhere like 15 kilos, they might have 8 to 10 rackets in their bag for a single match, just in case.
Well, the one he's got is working pretty well for Antonsen. Not put a foot wrong yet. Raced into a 5-love lead. Should make you feel a bit better. On the ball, the Japanese.
Anticipated the backhand coming to the net. Moved forwards early here. There you go, look at his base. Hovering around the service line.
Service over. 6-1.
Been 1 or 2 cheap points for Antonsen, as well as a few rallies where he's outclassed Nishimoto.
Well, he set the chance up, they just couldn't execute. Mid-court, and he missed that by a big margin.
Yeah, the first smash, unlike some of the other players on the top 15, 20 in the rankings, doesn't quite have the same smash power for my eyes, Nishimoto. And it allowed Antonsen's defence to be a little better than perhaps other players would allow.
Well, this is just as impressive as Xu Yuqi's performance was earlier, so far at least. Only played for 5 minutes.
I'm pleased to see Antonsen's full of focus from the very start of this match. And hasn't made me look stupid by suggesting that he's going to come out and start dominating. It's a long way to go yet, however.
Just too much on that from the Dane.
Server 2-9.
Very confident, isn't he, Antonsen, today? And I reckon if you're going to come out dressed like a beach deck chair from the 1960s in Brighton, then you've got to be confident, haven't you?
Fashion is in the eye of the beholder. You'll get emails.
I actually think it looks great. I like to see a little bit of character and charisma for our top badminton players.
Service over. 3-10.
It's actually the kind of top you see some of that beach football that they play. It's that kind of sort of light pink and white striped kit. That's a static shot. And whatever he's dressed in, it's working, because he's been all over Nishimoto in the first 6 or 7 minutes here. 11-3.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Thanks, coach. (11-3). Play.
Came off the frame and it's almost crept over.
Slightly pained expression on the face of the Japanese, which is concerning so early. There we go.
His one chance really for me is being aggressive with the speed of movement for Nishimoto. And today I don't think he's got that any more than Antonsen has. I think they're evenly matched in that respect, and Antonsen's also got a lot more weapons.
Well, yeah, I was about to say he's not gonna power Antonsen off the court, is he? Just put that wide again.
4-12.
It's a more telling shot from Nishimoto. The body of his opponent.
Service over. 13-5.
Just gives himself so many options, Antonsen. He could have played almost any shot from that position. Nishimoto doesn't know what's coming next. Another case in point.
Well, how many times have we seen that particular winner? This tall player, Antonsen, and deceptive technique makes this very difficult to defend.
Judge that as well.
Gave it 2 or 3 looks, didn't he, in flight?
I mean, the golden rule is, if you're in doubt, play it. Play it early. Inside the line, that one.
Just flowing at the moment for Antonsen. I don't think he's missed too many, unless he's really gone for the line with a smash. We saw one earlier, but that was a bit of a snapshot. We can forgive him that, I think.
Challenge here. I think
Kenta Nishimoto challenges
more in hope than expectation.
Antonsen's arm was going up as well. Should the call have been in, I think he was challenging. Looked like the right call though, I think it was out.
Yep, looked out, didn't it? Let's see if Hawkeye improve that for us. Long and wide.
One challenge remaining. 17-5. Play.
It's good play from Antonsen. See how late Nishimoto is so often on the shuttle.
Service over. 6-17.
Here's another challenge. This might be closer than the last one, but whether it missed the line completely, we'll find out in a moment.
Good day so far for Team Antonsen. It's his brother, older brother Casper in the background.
I tell you what, these line judges did it a hell of a lot of carrots, haven't they? Absolutely sensational line call.
Service over. 18-6. Play.
Well, a combination of
19-6.
Antonsen winners and Nishimoto errors. He's been nearly at the conclusion of this first game. He hasn't played a quarter of an hour yet.
One loose shot from Antonsen and Nishimoto.
19.
He's given the advantage in a rally. Don't see that. Well, we haven't seen that all that often. Well played.
Well, he knows it's too late for him to win this game, but he'll get a few points together and just try and find some little thread of confidence to build on in game two.
Absorbing that pressure from Nishimoto so easily, Antonsen. Control of the rally again.
Well, fascinating that, because Antonsen dominated the whole of the rally until that brilliant last shot from the Japanese.
Yeah, turns it cross quite nicely. Not easy. Had the block been straight, I think it would have been better anticipated by Antonsen, and therefore possibly wouldn't have made the error, but the little angle created helped.
Game point 9.
So 11 game points here for the third seed. Well, something of the demolition job, truth to tell. 21 points to 9 in favour of Anders Antonsen. It only took 17 minutes. And Kenta Nishimoto is going to have to find a huge improvement if he's going to trouble the Dane in the second game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, see if the Japanese coach has earned his money here, because he was outclassed in that first game, Nishimoto. Is there any way back in the second? I did say, didn't I, before they started, that I thought Nishimoto needed to begin well. He didn't do that in the first game. He was 4-love down after about 30 seconds. And this has started, albeit with only a single point, the same way.
Started the rally quite aggressively, Nishimoto. I think that might be part of the game plan. Really have a go at Antonsen, but he neutralised it so well, and his first real chance to attack, he puts the shuttle away.
Just had him in all sorts of trouble. Spinning around like an amateur ballroom dancer in that point, Nishimoto. Didn't know where he was.
Yeah, credit to Antonsen. This is a beautiful hold. Tiny little flick over the top.
Fantastic pickup from Nishimoto there, and that's gone long, and that'll almost feel like 2 points.
1-2.
Heroic pickup towards the end of that rally.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good work. Desperate defending. Good length from there from Antonsen. I was thinking that earlier, Nishimoto, when he gets half a chance, going at the body of Antonsen is possibly a good tactic. Playing net very much today, Antonsen. Everything service line or into the rear corners.
Well, that's a couple of points now in this second game where Antonsen dominated the rally, ended up going beyond the back line. So a moral victory for Nishimoto.
Yeah, he ought to adapt now. Antonsen. Just bring that length in a little bit and find a good length. Good rally.
Well, he's made that one.
What an
excellent exchange.
Yeah, it really was.
3-all.
Neither player giving anything away. Kind of rally we see from Antonsen over and over again the last couple of years, and that's high percentage, that shot quality.
Kenta.
It's one of the reasons why he's maintained that solid ranking.
Service over. 4-3.
So at least 3, and it might be all 4 of Nishimoto's points in this game from Antonsen going out the back.
Doesn't look quite as comfortable on this near side, Antonsen. I think he's made more unforced errors in this second game already than he did the entire first.
Service over. 4-5.
An orthodox technique in that forehand rear corner from Antonsen. but he makes it work so well. And again, that round the head position, hitting cross. Catalogue of winners from that area.
Service over.
Not something he's practiced too much in, well, game and what we've seen so far of a second. Probably count the amount of times he's played a soft net shot, a tight net shot on one hand. That's more like what he's been doing, just pushing it into the service line.
How many of those he's fired right across the bows of Kenta Nishimoto?
5-6.
Yeah, the Japanese simply can't read this shot, can he? Might start thinking twice about lifting high into that Antonsen round the head corner. Superb save from Antonsen.
Well, that's a real heartbreaker for Nishimoto, losing that point. She looked in complete control for virtually all that rally.
Genuine strength here shown, picking that up and then staying composed to complete a safe rally from that point. Controlling his emotions really well today, Antonsen, which is not something we're able to say every time he plays.
Six all.
That's the same trajectory of lift that Antonsen has been hitting Nishimoto cross court and getting all those winners. This time, Antonsen just varying it to keep Nishimoto honest.
Service over. 7 all.
Again, slightly loose from Antonsen. Too much flight on that drop shot. Too much time given to Nishimoto.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he's not getting through anywhere near as easily now, Antonsen, is he, than he was in the first game.
7.
Much more even contest, not just on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's playing into the drift slightly now, Antonsen, and I guess you taught to play, particularly in singles, if you're playing with a drift going with you, a controlled attack, because you don't want to be too defensive when you can't hit into an oncoming breeze. It's hard to defend, so a controlled attack rather than an all-out attack is the way to play, and that is Antonsen's game style, naturally.
Thank you.
I think he enjoyed the conditions on the far side. Another great rally.
Service over. 9, 8.
Well, it was a brilliant angle that Antonsen found. Give himself the initiative in that exchange.
That's lovely, that net shot. Nishimoto will feel disappointed with that one, however.
Well, he made him play an extra shot, and then another one, but in the end Nishimoto got the job done.
9, 10.
Yeah, some great shot making from a really late position, Antonsen. Gladn't Nishimoto maintain the pressure. When Antonsen was quite young, sort of 12, 13, early teenager, he developed quite a bit later than many of his opponents. He was quite small as a mid-teens player, and Antonsen really learned how to retrieve from a very late position using racket skills, a bit like we say about Yamaguchi. Another great shot from Antonsen.
Yeah, a stunning piece of disguise, and it gives the Dane a 2-point cushion at the interval.
Thanks, coach. Return to your chair. Eleven, 9. Play.
Excellent get that from Nishimoto. But the Japanese doing a far better job of keeping Antonsen honest in this second game than he did in the first, and he can just keep a semblance of the pressure on him. Not yet be able to find a way back.
Yeah, we've seen Antonsen is fallible. You counted, I think, 4, maybe 5 out the back early on in the game.
Shut it. Player.
Had those rallies even gone 50-50, Antonsen would be something like 15-6 up. Is that in?
Yeah, well in.
Fantastic.
Well inside the line.
The reaction and the quality that came off is brilliant with this one shot from Antonsen.
I think the only thing maybe, barring a miraculous tactical change from Nishimoto that could get him back into this, was if Antonsen just got a little bit complacent maybe after the ease with which he won the first game, but seems to be back in the groove now, and the lead is stretched to 5.
14-9.
Yeah, Antonsen's got this, what I have witnessed over the years anyway, he's got this personality where he doesn't really do that, actually. I don't see him get complacent much. I see him completely lose the plot and just give the game away. But that's almost an entirely different thing.
Well, it's all going wrong suddenly for Nishimoto. Misjudged that completely.
Service over. 10-15.
Good hold. Nishimoto desperately trying to dictate with those slightly deceptive shots, but Antonsen covers so well. It's another splendid recovery shot. Superb rally from Antonsen, just absorbed that pressure over and over again.
16-10.
It's really frustrating Nishimoto today. Setting his pace high up the court, Antonsen to dictate the pace of the rallies.
10.
Number of times he's gone across the Japanese like that. You just can't deal with it, Nishimoto.
Yeah, and always from this round the head position. Gets up round the head. And with that slightly, I don't know what to call it, almost slightly lazy racket preparation. Most people sort of cock their shoulder back and they're waiting, so they've got more time to measure a shot. Antonsen sort of waves it out wide and
18-10.
looks a little different than most. Not going to argue with him, however. So Young's another player that perhaps her overhead technique isn't necessarily what you'd see in the textbooks, but she certainly makes it work as well.
Yeah, I think the best players, the very best players in a whole range of sports have never been 100% orthodox. And I actually think fans prefer it that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's it almost sets a blueprint for you as that particular athlete, doesn't it? People recognise the shapes you're making. Think about the golfer Jim Furyk, for example. His swing technique
kink in the swing.
Very weird, wasn't it? But
you'd never teach it, but it works.
Almost.
12-18.
Antonsen having some fun now.
Well, there's a fabulous lift from Antonsen in the middle of that rally. He had to control it the way he did. Perfect length.
12.
That was it, and he was scrambling back, Nishimoto, never really recovered.
Plays a very safe game, Antonsen. In terms of his shot selections for a men's singles player, doesn't put himself at risk all that often.
And that sets up a whole raft of match points, 8 of them for the day.
12.
A bit like we discussed earlier with Shiyuchi Antonsen, this match could not have been better. It's a perfect opponent for Antonsen for one, but also the way he's played today will feel so rewarding.
Well, earlier on, as you mentioned, Shiyuchi produced a masterclass. Antonsen has matched it and has dispatched Kenta Nishimoto in only 3/4 of an hour, with a loss of only 21 points in total. 21-12 in that second game. Nishimoto was a little better, but nowhere near good enough to trouble the world number 3. He looks very focused too.
Antonsen, 21-9.
Means business here this week, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I cannot wait. I think, if I remember your draw graphic correctly, he's the Shiyuchi opponent tomorrow in the top half. And that is going to be a thriller. As a fan myself, I'm hoping we get that in the morning session tomorrow, Trevor. I want to see that match.
Yeah, that will be good. 21-9, 21-12, 3/4 of an hour was all it took. Well, don't go anywhere, because we've got a mixed doubles match next, and a good one. Tofton Maryland against Purvaranyakro and Pau Sampran, the number 3 seeds, the ties, but they've lost their only meeting against the Danes to date. In a moment. Well, a warm welcome back to Kuala Lumpur. We've had excellent crowds all week, and they're only going to get bigger as we head towards the weekend. We've reached our 5th match of the day, our second in this session, and it's a mixed doubles quarter-final between Jesper Toft and Amelie Mayland of Denmark. They're up against Dekchapol Puvarenukro and Supisara Palsampran from Thailand. Got a nice overhead shot of that stadium there. It's a huge complex here. Here's the mixed doubles draw. Jungle Way have already booked their place.